The Couch is proudly supported by Palace Cinemas, Elite Audiovisual Productions, Crown & Andrews Board Games, fun for the whole family, and Scoot Airlines. Escape the ordinary, fly Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 646 of The Couch in High Definition. Very big show today. Let me tell you who's on the show. We're talking Headspace and the amazing work that they do in the community. We've got Annabeth and Nisha coming in very soon. We're talking pets with Louisa, Fanny and Carla, and Hector the dog as well, and talking about feeding, what you can feed your pets and how you should feed them as well. Simone Springer's back from the USA trip and she's with 3 comedians coming in to do Questionable. We're talking about robots. Can we live with them or without them? And later on, we're talking Pride with a couple of the committee members. And finally on the show, talking movies with our fly-in, fly-out reviewer. His name is Mark Rickoff. He's back to look at 4 new movies. Later in the show, we've got music with a lovely lady called Paula Evans. And we're giving one lucky home viewer the chance to go to Singapore thanks to Scoot. Big Couch. Hope you can stick around for the next hour. It starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred. And the best in town. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello Australia, welcome to another episode of The Couch in High Definition. And thanks to all those people who watch us on Facebook as well. It's been fantastic. Now, we're going to open the show with something a little bit different. Nisha's got a very special guest today. Her name is Annabeth and she's from Headspace. We're going to find out all the great work they do. Over to you, Nisha.
Wonderful. Thank you, Fred. Annabeth joins us from Headspace and she's a Community Awareness Officer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, such a meaningful organisation providing a service that is more and more required in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. We know for young people, we see young people aged 12 to 25, and 1 in 4 of them will experience a mental health issue every year. That's a quarter of all young people. So it's so important that we are talking about this, that we are promoting the work that we do and that other amazing organisations do. So if and when a person is going through a tough time, they know where to go to get support.
Wonderful. And I don't think some of our audience realise the breadth of services that Headspace does provide. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, Headspace has been around since 2006 and there are 110 Headspace centres across the country and 13 in WA. Yes. So we're here, there and everywhere. On top of that, we also have eHeadspace, which is online and telephone counselling.
Fantastic. Keeping up with the times. I like it.
Absolutely. And we know for some people, getting to a centre might be really hard. Or seeing someone face-to-face might feel very scary. So that service is available from 9 a.m. till 1 a.m. 7 days a week.
Fantastic.
So it can be 11 at night, you're in your gym jams, in your room, and you can chat to a counsellor.
That's so good because we know that help-seeking behaviour is one of the key protective factors, right, for people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's really what my role and the other community awareness officers all around the country is about. It's about talking about mental health and talking about what that actually means and how we look after ourselves, how we increase our resilience and our wellness and stay well.
I can sense the passion as you're talking. And Annabeth, I think you've been involved for a really long time. So tell us a bit about your involvement on a reference group first and what people can expect when they actually come and visit Headspace.
Sure. Well, we're running a service for young people, so having young people involved is absolutely crucial. So every Headspace centre in the country, as well as Headspace National Office, has a youth reference group. So that's a group of young people who give feedback and support around how we design our programs, what the service looks like, what it feels like when young people go in there, and then evaluate that as well. We started, as I said, in 2006, and I was actually on the first Headspace National Youth Reference Group.
Wow. So,
I was
you've
just 16.
been there since conception. That's
And I just can't get
fantastic.
enough of it. I'm really passionate about what we do, and I think it's such an important topic and such an important conversation to keep having.
Now, you mentioned some statistics earlier, and we do know that they're on the rise, particularly in certain cohorts. For some of our audience watching, if they do want to encourage maybe a young person to make the call, what are some tips or I guess some ways that you think they could do that, just from your experience having actually worked for the service as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think starting the conversation is the most important thing. And a lot of people avoid having the conversation because they're worried they might say the wrong thing. We know it's much more important to start than to have all the right words. So if you're concerned about someone in your life, a young person aged 12 to 25, just asking them how they're going and making that a really gentle, open conversation and encouraging them to check out the website maybe as a place to get started, or to check out some other online resources, get a bit of an idea about what's going on, what other services there are, get some really good information and support. If someone's interested in coming into a Headspace Centre, you don't need a formal referral from anywhere. You can just call up your nearest Headspace and arrange to come in and see someone. And you can do that with a friend or family member to support you as well. The most important thing is knowing that there is so many supports out there. And sometimes it can feel very isolating and very overwhelming when you are struggling with your mood, if you're going through depression or anxiety or some of those other issues that young people and people of all ages experience. So knowing that there are services there and that getting help really can have a huge impact and make a difference and make life much more easy and much more enjoyable. That's really important.
Wonderful. We talk about mental health as well being on a continuum. So we're thinking about 1 being maybe least well, 10 being very well. We want to try and get people to start talking, even when there's a few little things that might not feel comfortable.
That's such a huge issue. Yeah. So many people, I think, feel like you have to be absolutely in the pits before you can see a counsellor or a psychologist or talk about what's going on for you. We're an early intervention service, so for us the important thing is encouraging people to seek help early. It's much more effective and much easier to do if there's just maybe 1 or 2 things that are not going quite right, that you go, okay, maybe I could use a little support around this. So getting help for those things is going to be much easier. You're going to have more energy. You can learn some of those tools that you can take away and stop it from reaching that kind of really deep, pointy end. We know that 75% of all mental health issues will emerge before the age of 25. And we also know that the earlier someone seeks help, the better the outcomes are. So we just want people to actually be aware of what's going on. And even if you think, well, I'm just a bit stressed about school, or I'm just having some problems with my friends, or things are a bit tense at home, that's a great reason to talk to someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need to wait until everything's fallen off a cliff before you come in and have a chat.
Annabeth, it's just such a pleasure to speak with you. As a psychologist, absolutely endorse everything that you're saying. I think it's so great to have a community awareness officer with so much experience, and Headspace are very, very lucky.
Thank you.
So how do we, and I genuinely mean that, it's a beautiful thing, how do we get in contact with Headspace? What's the key way we can engage?
Well, there's so many different ways. The best place to start is the website, headspace.org.au.
It's on the screen there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So you can log on and you can find your nearest Headspace. As I said, there are 110 centres around the country, and that's across rural, regional and up in the urban and metro areas.
And you're in the Fremantle office, if anyone wants to know where Annabeth is.
Yes, if anyone wants to phone me specifically, I work at Headspace Fremantle, which is really fun and close to a lot of coffee.
Great.
You can find your nearest Headspace centre there. They've got great resources, fact sheets, videos, and not just for young people. There's also sections specifically for families and carers and friends. So even if you're not wanting support for yourself, you're wanting information about how to support someone else.
Fantastic.
That's a really good place to go.
Very good. Well, Annabeth, thank you so much for coming on the show. And I know there's going to be many other topics that we can spend time talking about. So will you come back?
I would love to. That would be a joy.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you very soon. And if you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page. But if you do require some assistance, please do reach out earlier. There's lots of lovely people like Annabeth and her team to assist with Headspace, or lots of resources available online as well. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha, and thanks, Annabeth. I think she's a new crew member very soon because she spoke very well. Annabeth, one very quick question for you. Do you know roughly what is the biggest issue out there at the moment? When you look up at your work that you do, what would be the biggest thing that you have to deal with at the moment? Is it depression? Is it unemployment? Family breakups? What would you say?
The number one reason young people come to Headspace centres is anxiety.
Oh, wow.
That's a huge issue.
A lot of young people under the age of 25 are suffering anxiety. They suffer from anxiety and are on medications these days, because I know my niece is one of those. And it's amazing that it could be something very simple or it could be something very stressful. But it's great that you're doing that. And that, you would say, would be the biggest issue at the moment?
Yeah, anxiety followed by depression. Those are the top two reasons. And I mean, that makes sense. We know anxiety is the most common mental health issue across all ages in Australia.
And what's the environment like at Headspace? I've never been to one of your offices. That's Hector, you can hear there in the background. He's eager to come on set, one of our German Shepherd dogs. But what's the environment like when people come to see you? Is it relaxing? Is it fun, colourful?
Absolutely. It's all co-designed by young people, by that youth reference group.
Yep.
So it is open and bright, full of young people's artwork. If you haven't been to one and there's one nearby, feel free to just pop in. We love when people visit.
Sounds fantastic. You know what it is? Making people feel welcome is very important. Thank you very much. And thanks, Denisha. We have got Escala now. She's centre stage. She's going to be performing River Deep, Mountain High. You all know that song. And then after them, we're going to talk to Dr. Louise. Stay tuned. Here's Escala.
When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll, the only doll I've ever known. Now I love you just the way I love that rag doll, 'cause only now my love has grown. 'Cause it gets stronger in every way, and it gets deeper, let me say, and it gets higher day by day. And do I love you, my oh my? River deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I lost you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. When you were a young boy, did you have a puppy that always followed you around? Well, I'm gonna be as faithful as that puppy. No, I'll never let you down. 'Cause it grows stronger like the river flows, and it gets bigger, baby, and heaven knows. And it gets sweeter, baby, as it grows. And do I love you, my oh my? River deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah. If I lost you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. I love you, baby, like the flower loves the spring. I love you, baby, just like Tina loves to sing. I love you, baby, like a schoolboy loves his band. I love you, baby, river deep, mountain high. Oh yeah, you gotta believe me, babe. River deep, and mountain high. Oh, baby. And do I love you, my oh my? River deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah. If I lost you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby.
There you go. That's Escala performing for us live on the show. Thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon. Time now to talk to Dr. Lou, and she's got a couple of special guests in the studio. Over to you, Lou.
Thank you, Fred, and thank you so much, Carla, for coming on and being with us today.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
No worries, and thanks for bringing beautiful Hector. Hector's one. Yes, that's your name, isn't it, mate? He's like, what have I done? What have I done? Hector's one of my beautiful patients who I've been treating for a little while. And today we're going to continue the conversation about feeding your dog fresh food, which is something that a lot of people get very confused about. What do I feed? How do I make sure it's balanced? But Carla's here to let us know. She's been doing it for years. It's actually really easy. Carla is testament to how much you can improve your dog's health just by feeding them fresh food. So Carla, this isn't your first rodeo, is it? You've fed your last dog fresh food?
Yes, yes, I did.
And how did that go for little one?
Pretty good. Krell was obviously a Jack Russell Terrier, so he would normally have a long lifespan, but he actually lived to the ripe old age of 22.
22. Amazing.
Yep. So he passed away last year, but I would probably say from 17 or 18 years old, I switched him to a fresh food raw diet just because he was getting such an upset stomach all the time. And the vets were always directing me to go onto that bland diet, steamed chicken and veggies with some rice. And of course, I was doing that so often, I thought, well, actually, maybe there's something to this. And so we started the transition from there to get him onto nice cooked chicken breasts with some veggies. And it worked perfectly for him. It was so great.
Great. And now you feed Hector raw meat?
Yeah.
So what's his usual diet?
So Hector's a bit of a bigger boy, so obviously his food portions are much larger. But he gets kangaroo mince because it's a nice lean meat. And he also gets raw vegetables, so we add kale, zucchini, sweet potato, pumpkin where possible. What else? Celery, if we've got that in the house. Pretty much we just look in the veggie drawer and see what we've got, and we put something together. And we put all that in the NutriBullet that we've got and blend it all up, and it's done in a couple of minutes.
Excellent, that's perfect. So when you're balancing out your dog's diet, you want to aim to have around about 70% raw meat. So Carla's using kangaroo. You can use any kind of meat really, depending on really just what works best for your pets. You can try around a few different meats. And then they should have around about 20% vegetables. As Carla says, you can just use whatever's around. Make sure you steer clear of onion, garlic. Avoid fruits, they don't really need the sugars, and some of them, like grapes, can be toxic. And then to really complete the diet, you should feed around about 10% raw offal. So the gross stuff, the heart, the liver, the kidneys. It's a bit yucky, but you can pop it in the NutriBullet, like Carla said, and blend it all through. And the offal gives an amazing range of nutrients. So when you're feeding dogs raw like this, you give them such amazing fresh antioxidants and such a broad range of nutrients that just doesn't compare to a packet food. And then also from a health perspective, you'll really minimise a lot of health problems. So Carla, Hector used to get a few health issues before putting him on fresh as well.
Yeah, Hector is a rescue, so ever since I've had him, he's had a bit of like a skin condition. He's always been a bit itchy. And obviously sometimes you really would not want to sit downwind of him. So putting him on the diet that I've got him on now, I've noticed that his teeth are much cleaner. We can sit anywhere in the vicinity of him and it's not a problem. He's not gassy anymore. And he stopped scratching completely.
Amazing.
So it's been really, really good for us.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And you know, if your dog is having stinky farts, I'm afraid that something they're getting in their diet isn't working for them. It's not normal for them to be producing a lot of gas in their guts. So if that's happening a lot, you probably do need to look at what are you feeding them. There's something in there that's not working for them. So having lots of smelly farts isn't normal. And same with skin allergies. So having a skin flare up, there's an underlying immune problem going on, and often it's brought on by feeding the incorrect foods. So if your dog has any of the medical conditions that Carla has mentioned, it's super important to get your diet right. I mean, we all know that the first thing we do when we're trying to be healthy is eat fresh, whole foods and limit processed foods. And in dogs, processed food means anything out of a packet. So the dry food, the tinned food, anything like that really is a processed food. Yeah. And you found it pretty easy, Carla? Oh yeah, really easy. Yeah. I did think it was going to be quite time consuming. I've always got like a backup in the freezer in case, we're too busy and we don't have time to cook anything up, but it's so fast and so easy. And at least I know I can, have peace of mind that I know that I'm feeding him
all good foods,
Perfect.
and I don't have to, wonder if anything goes wrong, what I've accidentally fed him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a really great peace of mind as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And what would you say to people out there who are thinking about transitioning but are a bit worried about doing it?
I would say it's not as expensive as you might think it would be. It's really cost effective. You can get everything from Coles and or Woolworths. It's really, really easy, really affordable, and doesn't take any time at all.
Awesome, great, lovely. And if you are a bit confused about what to feed your dog, I've got lots of information on my website, drlou.com.au, and also make sure you're following my socials links. I post all the time about tips to make sure you're feeding your dog and your cat right. So cats need fresh food, even more importantly than dogs. So don't hesitate to get in touch. And if you want to ask us any questions on the couch about your pet to talk about on our next segment, then definitely get in touch. As well, we'd love to hear what you're asking about, and so we can help out your pet as well.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for coming along, Carla.
No worries.
Yeah.
Good job,
Hopefully
Hector.
Hector lives to 20 as well. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. But he's doing so well. For a German Shepherd to be so healthy at 10 is amazing.
Yeah.
So definitely a testament to your fresh food feeding.
He eats better than we
Yeah.
do, to
Yeah.
be honest.
I know what that's like.
Well done.
Oh.
Thank you very
Excellent.
much, Dr. Lou, and thank you very much, Carla. Carla, you were telling me just quickly before we go to the break that you live in an apartment.
Yeah.
Now, did you know you were going to live in an apartment when you had such a large dog?
Yeah, so we've been living in an apartment for, 5 or 6 years.
How does Hector adjust to the space? Like,
Yep.
they love to have big gardens and things like that. How do you get around that?
Well, funnily enough, dogs sleep at least 16 hours a day.
That's
So we try to follow the regime of hunt, eat, sleep, which is very much a pack mentality for a dog.
Yeah.
So if we get that right, he sleeps all day, legs in the air, on the
Like a child,
couch.
but better.
Yeah,
Well done.
but better. We're emphasis on that.
Well done. Thank you very much. Dr. Lou, anything else you want to add just before we wrap it up?
No, that's great. Next segment with Talking Pets, we're going to be talking to a veterinary acupuncturist. So talking about the different medical problems that you can solve by using acupuncture.
Fantastic. Stay tuned. That's coming up next month. I think at the end of this month it might be all
Right, yeah, end of July. Yeah.
beautiful. Look forward to that. And don't forget, check out our website as well. If you'd like to write to us, to send some questions through Dr. Lou, you can do that. All the details are on our website, thecouch.com.au. I think it came up right on the screen there a minute ago. Thanks for watching. We'll see you straight after this break. We've got some comedy coming in with Simone Springer talking robots. See you then. Welcome back to The Couch. It's always my fun segment coming up. Comedy. I love comedy, and one of the best comedians here in WA is back with her questionable segment. Here's Simone.
Thanks so much, Fred. Welcome to Questionable on the Couch. Now, questionable is the name of the segment and not my opinion on today's comedian guests. Today's question is, will robots make our lives easier? We're going to ask that question of my 3 guest panellists, and they're going to vote at the end. Now, joining us today is 10010001, or by their human names. We have a man who's he's one of the Raw finalists, and he's one of Perth's favourite headliners, Andrew Wolf.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey, I thought you were going to do a howl or something.
I was. I'll do it next time. Hey?
Okay, great.
Save it for the next contact.
Awesome. We have an extremely funny woman who's originally from Canada, and she actually runs Fremantle Comedy Factory, Tor Snyder.
Thanks for having me, Simone. Great coffee.
And finally, we have a man who's his show, single, is it? 30 years single,
Yeah.
has been a sellout success. Daniel Delby.
Cool. I'm not the only sellout success. There's 2 others on the couch.
Yeah, they're all right. Nice.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Okay, so today's question, will robots make our lives easier? Now, I know personally I would love a robot to do my dishes. Like I do already have a dishwasher, but I still have to put them in. I mean, robots technically could be used for anything. Like how much easier would it be to get rid of a one-night stand if all you had to do was put them in the trash or send it back to a manufacturer? Although it would be easy to get caught out cheating if all your partner had to do was open a cupboard. Here's the facts. Robots are actually machines that are programmed to do complex tasks. It's been suggested that the President of the United States himself is actually a robot. Scientists working in the area of AI, quite frankly, are offended. The most popular of all of the robots, or they're mainly used for industrial robots, or of course the more common robot would be any parent with a child under the age of 5. Most robots are programmed to do complex, like repetitive and dangerous tasks that humans don't want to do, which is all fine and good, but can they do this? All right, so now I'm going to shoot to my guest panellists. You first, Andrew. What do you think? Is it going to make our lives easier?
I think it definitely will. I think we should all be replaced by robots. Most of the staff here, potentially robots. I want to be replaced by a toaster. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, humans are useless, like monkeys trying to do shoelaces up. Get rid of all of us. Make it a better place, don't you think?
So what would the world be? Like,
it would just be all robots and us watching from screens above. Just going, how good is this place? How nice is everyone? I don't know, that's my dream, hey? I want to be replaced.
So you want to be a toaster?
Yeah, just a toaster that's sort of well loved and, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody loves
Someone's
toast.
pleased to see me in the morning. You know? That'd be good. Yeah.
What about you, Tor?
Well, I'm so glad to be here, Simone, because honestly, I couldn't be more impartial about this. After I was publicly humiliated by a robot at a carnival, I've actually not been able to be near a robot since then, and I've started the initiative actually to ban the bots.
Get that sign down. That's not right.
Look, this is a real thing in my heart, and it's a thing that I do every month. I set up a meeting at Hog's Breath Cafe, and we talk about how the robots have wronged us, and I think a world without robots would be a much happier world.
So, what are which robots in particular?
All of them, Simone.
Oh my goodness,
I'm talking like a toaster in general.
Don't be
Yeah.
like that.
How many times have I burnt my hands in toasters trying to get the toast out? Oh, every day. Yeah. That's why I just start a fire. I live in a shed now, and life's a lot better. I'm a lot happier. I don't have as many friends, but hey,
yeah,
whatever.
How many people in the movement?
At the moment, it's just me.
A lot of money behind it.
It's just me and the staff at Hog's Breath at the moment. They don't know, but I've included them in my weekly mailing. Not email, obviously, because that wouldn't be allowed, would it?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, ban the bots. You can be part of this. Just see you at Hog's Breath, probably Monday.
You know you're currently talking to a robot. Okay, what about you, Selby?
I'm all for robots, making our life easier. We're talking about the dishes. It'd be good if they could do all of our annoying things, so like clean the dishes, mow the lawn, go shopping with the missus, stuff you don't want to do, you know. Or they're taking over, they're going to help us drive to work so we can do the important things like play Words with Friends against robots.
Great, so you just want basically a designated driver is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it would help. Like on a night out, it'd definitely help.
You got 2 feet for that too.
What?
Yeah,
To
use
walk?
Yeah, you don't need a robot for that, man. You just need a weak friend that you overpower. You're not drinking tonight, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I totally can't drive me home, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, I've got a question for you, Andrew. What's the most ridiculous thing that you can think of like a robot being used for?
I think it will be the ultimate, like I was saying, replacing us. So, you know, like say you're going through a divorce, which maybe I am, you know, you could say to your wife, look, don't worry about it, just get an upgrade. You can get me, a better version of me. Don't you think that'd be better? And I'm like, yeah. Do you know, look, I won't be involved, I'll step aside, but we'll protect the family. I get an occasional DVD update. Watch from a distance. Oh, look how much fun the kids are having. They're finally happy. Playing near the duck pond. Oh, look, he's short-circuiting, or I don't know. But obviously the problem is you've got one human in that relationship, so they've still got their baggage. So long-term, they'll end up resenting the robot, won't they?
But the good thing is you could just delete the robot's memory. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I don't know if it would have to be 2 robots, because I think a robot dating a wife should eventually end up hating it.
Sounds like you need some secluded living. I know a great cabin in the woods next to mine.
Yeah.
Hey.
I need antidepressants, really.
All right, Tor, if you had to have a robot to be used for something, what would it be?
Obviously, I'm very anti-robot. You guys understand this, right? I'm all about the movement. But look, if I had to, I'd pick one thing, just one thing. It would be to have a pair of glasses like Tony Stark that just tells me people's names. You know when you go to a party and you always forget people's names, like,
Oh my
right,
God.
David? You get it. Yeah, it's just like,
That'd be so good.
oh my
Just say,
God.
yeah, this
yeah.
is my friend. Hey, mate. And then they just go,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Daniel.
Look, that's a great.
David,
that's
sorry.
you know what? Never mind. I don't need the glasses. I've got you to
That's
bring
it.
the parties now. Come on,
stop
you
going
can
to the
join the
party.
movement. Ban the bots, guys. Get involved. It's the only way we're going to move forward, and Andrew could possibly be happy.
Or use a bot. You can use Tinder.
What's this?
What's Tinder?
Yeah, I don't know what Tinder
I'll
is now.
tell you.
No, I do
There's
actually.
no Tinder
Well-
for toasters. So.
It's a way that you could possibly find a robot.
Meet a new one.
At least a bot online.
Yeah.
Delby, what would you never use a robot for?
I'd never use a robot for online shopping because once I got to the cart and there's the I'm not a robot bit, then you won't get any of your shopping. Right?
I can't
Great.
use the
Yeah,
self-service
that
center anymore because I get self-conscious.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah.
what are you trying to do? Intimidate me?
And if you send the robot to the shops, like 9 hours later, it's like, where is it? He's just trying to hit on the self-service register. And he's like, oh, you look so much younger without the bags. And he's just going to be stuck there.
Inter-robot relationships is going to be a big thing. too.
Yeah. We from like
Well,
a
guys,
self-service
it's
to a
time to
together
vote. I'm
service.
pretty sure I know where this is going to go. But Andrew, what do you think? If
Well,
they're
I'm
gonna
now
make
against
out-
robots, to be honest.
Are you? No
Yeah,
way.
I'm supporting
Got
Shaw.
people in the
I
movement.
changed my
It's
mind.
happening.
I like a hog's breath movement
Yeah.
in his t-shirts.
You
It's
just want to
incredible.
eat some
Thank
hog's
you.
breath.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Delby?
I've been persuaded. I'm with the Decepticons, ban the bots.
You are all now ban the bot. To be honest, I think they're a great idea. I really want like a house to be kind of like one of those self-cleaning toilets. You know, you could just shut the door and like press a button and it just gets hosed down. Anyway, I think it's a great idea. So according to the comedians,
That's it. Throw your phones, guys.
ban the bot. Robots
Smash your
aren't
phone on a table.
Robots aren't going to make our lives easier. Although, to be honest, you should not listen to anything that we say on this show. It's called Questionable for a reason. If you want some real advice, how about you hit up Siri? Now, it is called Questionable on the Couch. I would like to thank my panellists for today, Andrew Wolf,
Thanks, guys.
Tor
Thanks for having me.
Snyder,
Yeah, follow the movement. Hashtag ban the bots and follow me on Instagram.
and Daniel Delby.
Thanks.
My name's Simone Springer. You can follow me on Facebook. Thank you so much for having us on the couch, Fred, and back to you.
Fantastic. I've got a couple of points just before we go to the break. You know you can get driverless cars now. You're talking about having a driver, right? And
that's
also,
unbelievable.
Hog's Breath has gone broke.
I
So
know, that's why she did it.
you're gonna have to
She
go
did
to
that as a-
Sizzler.
She did it as a
We're
double
going
joke.
to the outside of it, Fred.
Good, I just
They
wanted to
can't
clarify.
afford to eat a meal
'Cause
anywhere.
We've
They're
given them such a
comedians.
good ad, but I'm hoping that people don't go there get disappointed. Thank you very much to the team. You do a great job, and we'll check you all out because I know you're working around Perth through your website. Hopefully, Simone.
Yeah, sure. I'll tag you all on my thing, and you guys can go check all these very funny people out.
Now we'll see you at the end of the month, I think, for another segment. Do we
Excellent.
know what we're doing at the next one yet, or not yet?
I
Keep
have
us
no
in
idea, but
suspense.
if you have any suggestions, you can always message me through Facebook. Tell me what you want. What question do you want us to answer?
You gotta love it. Thank you very much to Questionable and all our guests today. We will take a break. After the break, we've got more coming up. We're going to talk about Pride WA, and we're going to try and give away a trip for two to Singapore, thanks to Scoot. Back after the break. Well done. Welcome back to the couch. It's always nice to have the people from Pride WA on board as guests, and today Nisha's got two of them, Fran and Michael. Over to you, Nisha.
Wonderful. Thank you, Fred. And we're surrounded by some very colourful flags as well. Welcome to the show, Mike and Fran.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolute pleasure. Now, Mike, you're a committee member, but we have also someone very new that you would like to introduce.
Fran. Fran is our president of the committee of Pride WA. Fran and I have both been on the committee for 5 years, and Fran's just been elected this year as the president for Pride WA. And Fran is the first straight female person elected to the committee as president.
And this is important because in society today we are focusing very much on diversity and inclusion.
Yes, we are.
So quite indicative that the committee has increased their diversity.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I think Fran's the person for the job to do it.
Brilliant. You've obviously impressed everyone on the committee to get voted in. Well done.
I don't know about that so much. Maybe just the only person who would do the job, perhaps.
No, not at all. I'm sure you're amazing. Now, Pride WA is a very active not-for-profit. So tell us a bit about what you do throughout the year. What's a week look like for you guys? Quite different?
Okay, so it's a really exciting space to be in because we are very much we're an LGBTI organisation, not for profit, focused on arts and culture.
Great.
So we're apolitical, you know, everyone's we focus on diversity and being culturally aware and really reaching out to small community groups.
Fantastic. And that's the key there. You really do reach out. So it's not just about having your own little association.
No.
Talk to us a little bit about some of the events that you have throughout the year.
Yeah, okay. So every 6 weeks we do a networking event and we try and support small local businesses and having them at, you know, like we support the Lowton Park Tennis Club, for instance, or a small local bar, and we just invite the whole community. Everyone's welcome.
Fantastic.
And people get a chance to stand up and speak about their organisation, so people become aware of what they're doing and if they'd like to become involved.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
Mike, a part of these events, obviously you're involved in an organisation capacity. Tell us about why it's so good for people to actually connect. What's it like when you're at these events?
We try to bring all the communities together and we're trying to bring people that are outside the community, that are sitting at home on their own, thinking, I've got no one to talk to, so we invite them to come and we get them to interact with the different communities. And there could be like the gaming community or the trans community that they want to be part of, so we do the connection, the introduction, and then they go away and they form their own little communities. So it's for mental health well-being too.
Yeah, fantastic. So any of our audience members out there thinking about getting involved in something in general, what are some of the key benefits, would you say, even if they think, oh gosh, I don't know, you know, what I would be doing, what are some of the benefits of joining a NFP?
Just being connected to the community. Everyone wants to connect and see you give back and you really make a difference. So, and you get to meet such a diverse range of people. Like,
Beautiful.
amazing. Yeah.
And it's a big year this year, I understand.
It's massive.
Tell me about it. Very excited.
Very excited. Well, on the 2nd of November, we have Fair Day.
Okay, lovely.
So Fair Day will be held at High Park this year. And then on the 30th of November, we have the Pride Parade, which is in its 30th year.
30th year?
Sorry,
No?
the 30th year is next year, but this year's the 30th year that Pride WA commenced. It was the first march to Parliament
Absolutely.
this year, so we're celebrating the 30 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. And what a great way to spread it over 2 years as well,
Yes, it is.
because you have that lead-up time.
Yeah.
So Fair Day, talk to us about that. What does that look like quickly for those that haven't been?
Well, Fair Day is a big Fair Day. It's like a big picnic in the park.
It's a community event with lots of activities, lots of music, lots of interaction. There's also the community free. It's not all paid, so outside they'll be in a free area where no one will be excluded. Everyone can come and just have a really good day.
Wonderful.
So dog shows and there's lots of music and lots of
kids
activities.
invited and families.
It's a fabulous day. It's great.
And the parade, as usual, is going to be amazing, I'm sure.
It is going to be amazing. So it's a different route slightly this year. It's a little bit longer. And then we have a street party. So the Pride official street party in Francis Street this year.
I think Fred will be at the street party, won't you, Fred?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Fred.
So yeah, it's good.
Can I just say,
Sure.
I don't know if my mic's up. Is it? Yeah, it is up. I'm just getting my leathers out tonight. Getting ready.
Fantastic.
Nisha, I've got a couple of spare leathers if you want to come down with me.
I have quite a bit of pleather.
Just don't compete with my bottom. And Michael, no whipping this year. That's whipped
You can
cream.
come on the bear float if you want to.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
I'm sure you are.
So
I'll
can
take your
guys
advice.
Tell us how we find out more about Pride WA and the events. Where do we go?
Best place is either our Facebook page, Pride WA Facebook, or www.pridewa.com.au.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Just quickly before we go, I just want to make note that you've got a number of membership categories, but in the spirit of diversity and inclusion, we have a fur baby category now.
We do.
So we want to include everyone.
We want to
That's
include
good.
your whole family. So you got
Wonderful.
your fur baby, sign up your fur baby.
That's
And look, it's only $5 and you get to go to the pet show free, or pet event, rather.
It's the dog show.
Dog show,
Day.
sorry.
So if, it's $5 to enter the dog show, but it's $5 to get a membership. So your fur baby gets in for free.
Yay, okay, excellent. That sounds like a great reason for me to get a dog.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for being
Thanks for
on the
having
couch.
us.
Thank you.
Any last minute call outs before we go?
Memberships.
Yeah.
I'd like everyone to get on board and become a member of Pride WA.
Excellent.
And you get a range of benefits.
Yep.
Like Botox, haircuts.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
And then I looked at Fred.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
So
I'm still trying to get over the leather look for me and Misha.
So the Pride WA website has all the membership benefits.
Fantastic. And what does it cost to become a member?
Okay, it's $40 for a single.
$40 for a single. That's cheap.
$70 for a couple.
$70.
$100 for a family, which is 2 adults and
Fantastic.
3 to 4 kids.
And what's the giveaway? You've got a giveaway.
Oh,
You want to
yes.
look at camera 1 over there and tell us what the giveaway is?
Okay, our giveaway is 2 tickets to Fair Day on the 2nd of November and 2 tickets to our street party. And if you want to find out more, go to the couch.
Yeah, absolutely. On our Facebook page. And I just want to add, if you join, there are a number of great benefits to join too. A number of businesses are providing discounts on great things, Botox included, but lots of other things as well. So always a pleasure. Thanks for being back on the couch, Mike.
Thank you.
And Fran, welcome. I'm sure you'll
Thank
join
you.
us again.
Thank you
And
very much.
congrats on being the president.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay, if you missed anything, of course, you can always go to the Facebook couch page. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha, and the team, of course, from Pride WA. And don't forget, check our website out and we'll have details about those tickets we're giving away. Time to give away, or try and give away, a couple of tickets to Singapore. Now, you can fly on the Dreamliner 787 thanks to Scoot. There's our grumpy Steve Collins enjoying the service on this amazing aircraft. Of course, Scoot, just beyond comparison when you think of other airlines. Now, we're going to actually dial the home viewer today. The home viewer today is a lady called Bernadette Hay. Now, she's from Alkimos in WA, near the beach here, a nice new suburb. We're going to give her a call here, like God, there you go. And what we're going to do is, that's 2. We're going to let her have 3 rings, and hopefully Bernadette will answer. Because hello, is that Bernadette?
Speaking.
Bernadette Hay from Alkimos?
Yes.
This is Fred Mafrica calling you from the Couch TV program.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. You entered a competition recently to fly Scoot to Singapore.
Yes.
We're going to give you a round of applause in the studio. Bernadette, unfortunately you didn't win, but that's okay. No, only joking. Bernadette, do you remember what you wrote to me why you want to go to Singapore?
Yes, I want to take my son to Universal.
And why is that? Why is it so special?
Oh, you know, he works so hard at school and I just want to treat him. You know, he does so good and he's a really good guy, a really good boy.
Thank you very much. What's his name? You want to tell us his name?
Nathan Hay.
Nathan. How old's Nathan?
He's now 12.
I'm glad you didn't say 43 or something like that. But he's 12 and he's going to be very excited going to Universal World at Singapore.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Thanks for being part of the competition. I will be in touch with you in the next couple of days with all the details. But congratulations. And do you want to thank anybody?
No, I just want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you so, so much. I'm so excited.
Well done. Thank you, Bernadette, for entering. And there you go. Big round of applause in the studio.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to cry now.
Thank you very much, Bernadette. You can hang up now, Bernadette. Thank you very much. No problem at all. Now, that's Bernadette. That's how easy it is to win if you want to be part of the Scoot competition. All you have to do is pick up the phone when we ring you. But before you pick up the phone, you need to send me an SMS or an email. Send it to 0439 929 929, or you can send it to scoot@thecouch.com.au. And all you have to do is put the code word Scoot, but then give me under 50 words, no more than 50 words, why you deserve to go away, why you need to go away. And I'll pick one of those every month and we will give you a trip. Now, the next one will be to anywhere in the world. Okay, thanks to Scoot for all the competition prizes. And we will see you straight after this break with more of The Couch. We're talking movies with Mark Rickoff. See you then.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Wasn't it great news for Bernadette just flying to Singapore thanks to Scoot? Someone that doesn't fly Scoot, unfortunately, because he works up north, is our Mark Rickoff, our movie guy. Welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Yes,
and
nice
back
to be
in the
here.
studio, which is great as well.
Yeah, it's very warm.
Yeah, it is in here today, isn't
It's
it?
better than
Even though
outside.
It's been cold. We have got 3 movies and one of your pick today. Let's go straight into them. This one here is the first one. We're looking at Spider-Man.
Yes, new Spider-Man film, following along from the last Avengers film, Endgame, that's just come out. I mean, it's hard to talk about this one without giving away too much for people that haven't seen it already. But basically, it just follows the events and all the destruction that happened following that last film. And Spider-Man has to step up and take on the world and all the new problems that have come with it since.
And who is Spider-Man now? Who's the guy?
Tom Holland.
So this is a new one, isn't it?
No, he has been for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has been for a while. They've gone through a couple of different people, but he's the main one, and I think people are really liking him.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah.
Was it Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
I liked him. I thought he was all right.
Yeah. No, he did a good job. I mean, just as long as the fans are happy with these films, I think that's all the studios really care about.
Is it the same old storyline? Pretty much fighting evil?
Yeah, it is, but it's on a smaller scale this time. It's more, it feels more personal. It's kind of restricted a bit more to like a neighborhood or like his life, whereas following on from Endgame, that's like
So I'm
worldwide mass
assuming it's all about
destruction.
his life. He's on a romantic little place and disaster happens and he has to become Spider-Man.
Kind of, yeah. It's I think people will be mostly happy with it. It's a lot of fun. And that's what you kind of got to expect from something like this. I mean, even the trailer gave away a lot of that. So it's one of those things. I think the first Spider-Man that came out, oh God, I don't remember the year, but I think Kirsten Dunst was in it. That one set high standards.
Was that the one where she did the upside down kiss thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah, the
remember that.
iconic moment, yeah. So
Like, who really does that anyway?
I know, but you know, that's what it's remembered for. So yeah, but this one, look, I think people are going to be happy with it. Yeah, a lot of fun. I've got a few friends that are obsessed with the Marvel Universe, and they had nothing but good things to say about it. So
Fantastic. And that Spider-Man, it's out now?
It is out now, yeah.
Go and catch it at Palace Cinema. Let's talk about Unexpected Love.
Yeah, so from Argentina. This film's a strange one because I don't know anything about the director. His name is Joan Vera. It stars Ricardo Darin, who I've seen in things before, but I don't remember where from, and Mercedes Moran, who's exactly the same. I feel like I've seen them in like Spanish melodrama TV shows and stuff like that. So this movie is basically about they're a married couple, and their son is finally old enough to go to university, and then when he leaves, the parents don't really know what to do themselves, and they start living their own lives, and they go out seeing new people because their focus was their son. And when then the focus is just on them, they feel a bit alienated and feel like they don't know each other as well without their son there. It's an interesting little story, actually.
So I'm assuming they meet somebody because the word unexpected love.
Yeah, exactly. So Ricardo Darin's character, he starts seeing, you know, other women, and the focus is more about, I think the reason this film specifically is so popular at the moment, it's about like not so much open relationships but progressive relationships. And the rom-com has a bad reputation of being very cookie cutter with its style. It's like people meet, there's problems, in the end they're happy, they walk into the sunset kind of deal. So this one takes a little bit of a different pathway, I suppose.
Fantastic. Unexpected Love. That is out now as well, so please check that out. Now, the next one we're going to look at is Mystify, Michael Hutchins' new movie, or the story of his life.
The documentary. So I think this film is going to really satisfy people that are a fan of In Excess, which is an iconic band.
I loved In Excess.
They're great. Like, I can't think of a song of theirs that wasn't great.
Yeah, look, I agree.
Yeah.
Never tear us apart. That one there, the Target commercial.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Yeah.
All his songs were amazing.
Yeah.
So this will be fantastic. So what's happening in this? Is it a documentary about his life? Is it factual?
It is. The focus is very, very much on him, but it also goes into his relationship with like Kylie Minogue and how it affected her. It's like snippets of interviews, family, friends, people are part of the band, but it also takes the route of going into things about depression and exploring that and how it affected him and what ended up bringing him to suicide and the questions surrounding that. And I've read a few things where people were saying that it wasn't broad enough, but to me, I don't think a documentary about someone's life and death should be too broad. I think the focus should be very much on them as a person, and I think that's what this documentary does.
And I think also when someone has passed away, it's always is taking a risk. because you don't know what they would have thought about it, and the family, you don't know. That's all you've got to go by.
Yeah.
And I think they'll do it well,
Yeah.
especially if they're going to have a lot of his music in it. I think you can't not do well, I guess.
Yeah, and it's homegrown. Like, it's an Australian documentary. I can't remember the last time I saw a great Australian documentary, and it's about an iconic Aussie band. Like, so I'd say go out and support it, especially if you're a fan of the music. You'll be happy.
Mystify, Michael Hutchence, of course. That's out right now. And your pick of the week. Tell us what that's all about.
Parasite. So the Korean film that has won the Palme d'Or at Cannes this year. So I was skeptical about going into it because I've seen a couple of the other directors' pieces of work, and I was, they're all right. But this was a lot of fun. At moments it's comical, at moments it's tense. You can never see what's coming next, which I love. It's basically a social satire about lower class and upper class and mixing the two together, and a story about survival and what these people, not just the lower class but the upper class, do to survive and get through their day. And so this, I can't give too much away, but...
So it's funny?
It's very funny, but then at moments it's very, very serious. And, there were people in the audience at one moment they'd be laughing, and then like 10 seconds later they'd be gasping. It's 2 hours and about 20 minutes long, and it didn't feel that long, so that's always a good sign.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was great. It was really refreshing. Awesome style. The acting was great. I'd highly recommend it.
There you go, Parasite. Is that what it's called? Yes, and it's out now as well.
Out now, yeah.
Let's have a look at the top 5 movies as they stand for this week, and they are as follows. Let's have a look at number 5 first.
Aladdin.
Number 4.
The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Number 3.
Annabelle Comes Home.
Number 2.
Yesterday.
And number 1.
Toy Story 4.
And I believe you're going to watch Annabelle tonight.
I am going to see it tonight. I'm very harsh with these ones, so
There's
we'll see.
the Chucky one as well that's supposed to be coming out soon.
Chucky's great. I enjoyed that.
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Scary?
No.
It's become silly,
it's not
hasn't it?
scary. It's just fun, and I'm happy with that at this point in time.
No, look, enjoy Annabelle tonight. Watch it at Palace. Now, we've actually got a couple of tickets to give away to Palace Cinema. We've got 2 of the platinum tickets and 2 of the standard tickets. Look at what luxury you get, Mark. Look at it. It's just amazing. And you've got a bar, they've got amazing food, they've got great services, great cinemas, every single chair adjusts, and you've got popcorn as well. Just wonderful, wonderful place to go and watch a movie. Now, if you would like to win a couple of tickets, we're giving away 2 standard, 2 platinum. All you have to do is put the code word PALACE, it's on your screen right now, send it to my SMS number 0439 929 929. Now, you can enter from anywhere in Australia because these tickets are valid at all Palace cinemas, 0439 929 929. And don't forget to please put your name and address on those as well. Thank you to Mark. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Sounds great.
For another movie wrap. And that is it for The Couch this week. Thank you for being part of the show. I hope you enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure bringing you a great show. Next week, we've got more music, we've got more entertainment, more Scoot chances and more cinema tickets to give away. And as always, don't forget to check out our Facebook page because everything that's been here on the show will be on Facebook as well. And don't forget, on a Wednesday, you can actually watch The Couch earlier than watching it on a Sunday on Foxtel. There you go. Very, very simple. We want you to tune in, like us on Facebook, support us on Facebook, and don't forget, I've got those Pride tickets to give away. Check it out on Facebook now. Have a great week. Thanks to all the wonderful crew. We'll see you next week on The Couch. Bye-bye, Australia.
The Couch is proudly supported by Palace Cinemas, Elite Audiovisual Productions, Crown & Andrews Board Games, fun for the whole family, and Scoot Airlines. Escape the ordinary, fly Scoot.